This video was made possible thanks to the Swaying Hill Drum Circle. Hey folks, Teddy from Swaying Hill here. First of all, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment and all that. I usually hate doing intros before the performance, but I have to let this be known. But please do stick around to the end of the video. I have a story to share with you guys about meeting John Blackwell at my first NAMM show and how I became a fan of Prince. And also, if you're new to Prince, I have some suggestions to give you as far as, your first few Prince albums. So stick around, and here is Jackie Clark's version of Let's Work. Enjoy.
Don't you hear this old school joint? Don't you ever touch my stereo.
Hey, to be honest, I really wasn't expecting you to stick around, but I really do appreciate it because, this clip isn't flashy or full of chops. I don't force a smile while looking at the camera or things like that, but I owe you guys a story. But first, I want to give a shout out to Steve Park. If you don't know who Steve Park is, Steve Park, he's not only a friend of mine and one of my favorite photographers and designers, He's known for working with Prince and doing album art for Prince and graphic design for Prince and Victor Wooten and Stanley Clarke and all these legendary artists. And I'm so glad to call him a friend. But he designed this shirt. I had two in black, this one in black, and I had the other one in Prince purple. But I lost the purple one in Turkey. Long story, another time. But yeah, Steve, if you're watching this, please make another run of these shirts because this shirt is worn out. It's getting all frizzy. Now to the story. So, yes, I met John Blackwell. Rest in peace, John. I met John Blackwell at NAMM 2014, my first NAMM show. And how I met John was after the 40th anniversary celebration at NAMM show. So basically, Matt Gartzka. I walked in when Anthrax was playing, and they were killing. Billy Cobham, I think Simon Phillips was performing. There was another drummer that was really killing, and then John Blackwell, and then Ronald Bruner. I know there was a lot of other drummers that was performing, but like those were like the guys that were like really ingrained in my memory. Especially, God, I can't even get over it. Anthrax's performance gave me goosebumps, but because it was my first time seeing them play, and I don't have any of their albums, but I was just like, dude. It's okay. Anyways, so I'm hanging around, and basically I bump into Ron, and we say what's up, because we're acquaintances, we're friends, and he's like, yo, man, can you help me pack my cymbals? So I'm just like, bet, man, say less. So I have 2 bags of cymbals, they heavy as hell, and it was like me, Justin Brown, Ron, and like 2 other homies, if I'm not mistaken. This is 2014, so my memory's a little foggy. So we walk out of the convention center and we head over to the hotel. And I thought Ron was just staying at the hotel. No, it was like an after party kind of thing that Ron just decided to take me to. So I was like in Ron's entourage. So basically, we get up there, I'm on the top floor, and everybody's there. Most of the Tama artists, the Tama reps from Tama USA, Japan. And I walk in and I see John Blackwell just chilling. I'm like, I'm like, like I'm trying to stay cool, but like the 13-year-old in me is like, just fucking John Blackwell, So I introduced myself. I'm like, hey man, like thanks for everything that you've done so far and things like, just giving my props. And then, everybody's hanging around, and it was just a really, really cool event. Like, I really felt like I was a Tama artist. Like, I felt like I was part of Tama, even though I don't have the credentials or the gigs or the tours or the records under my belt to be a Tama artist. But I digress. It was just cool to be around that circle. Now, you're probably wondering, yo, why didn't you get no selfies? Why didn't you take no pictures? I'm like, well, you have to understand. Ronald Bruner invited me to a Tama artist only event, okay, or after party. Nobody knows who I am. I don't want people to go like, yo, who's this guy? Who bought this guy?
Yo, whose man's is this?
I make Ron look bad. I didn't want to do that, so I just stayed to myself and only spoke when spoken to. And I'm kind of glad that people liked my company. So then maybe an hour or so later, John Blackwell starts talking about his time with Prince, or sharing Prince stories. And he would talk about how, Prince was a really, really cool guy, but he knew what he wanted and he ran a tight ship. And he compared it to like playing for James Brown. And if you are in the know on how strict James Brown was, apparently Prince was like James Brown times 5 or times 10. He said, when I first started playing for Prince, he liked me as a person, but if I wasn't, pulling my weight, like he would let it be known. And he told everybody a story of like Prince requested John to meet him in his green room. He described it like it was like a satin sheet kind of thing, and they actually had doves hanging from like doves in cages hanging from ceilings. Like think of like when doves cry, but like as a green room, but it was like white and purple. That's what he described it as. And he impersonated Prince, but I'm not going to do it because I feel like it's disrespectful. But he basically, imagine Prince saying this in his voice. John, like, I really like you, but you have to get your stuff together or I'm going to have to fire you. And then he mentioned another story of how Prince, after the shows, like, just because the show is done doesn't mean the band is done. So Prince would record, I think, almost all of his shows. And Prince would pull the band aside, good show or not. And he would be like, I really like that, good job. No. I like that, don't do that again. I like this. You know, like he would like critique the band like after the show. And another moment was the money situation. Like if you messed up, remember when I mentioned how Prince was like James Brown? Like I learned this story through my teacher, Mark St. Pierre, how James Brown would like, you know, point at you and then do a finger and there'll be like a monetary value. So for James Brown, each finger is like $1. Okay. But for Prince, each finger is $100. So when John would mess up or something, Prince would do a split, a spin, jump off a speaker, do another split and things like that, and just do wow, and then look at John and you're like, ah man, I'm out $300. You will be calculating in your head how much money you lost throughout the night, you know, and I'm just like, dang man, that sucks, but if you're losing all that money, that's still a good paying gig if you're still getting paid at the end of the night. Like, there's still musicians out here like playing $150, $200 gigs. Well, not now because of what's going on, but like before that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like those are some of the stories that like John would share, man, and he was just really chill about it. He wanted to get to know who everybody was. Like if he didn't recognize your face, he was just really, really chill. I also got to geek out with Ron and Justin Brown. Like, yo, it was some fun times, man. Also, Prince albums. Okay, look, I know that Prince's catalog is intimidating. If you're new to Prince's music, or if you're a musician and you want to dig into the world of Prince, the albums I would recommend, or some of my favorite albums, and I will make them as recommendations. One album being, I want to start with Controversy. Controversy is one of my favorite albums. If you want to hear Prince with a backing band instead of Prince doing everything, because mind you, Prince played over 20 instruments. Like, well. If you want to hear Prince with a backing band, check out The Gold Experience with Michael Bland on drums. If you don't know who Michael Bland is, that man is a powerhouse of a drummer. I mean, you've probably heard him on Hero Town by Wolfpack. The fact that his groove is just that heavy, and he did that song in one take. It's just like, yeah. So, check out The Gold Experience. Like, period. Gold Experience is like a really, really, is one of my favorite albums. Same for Controversy and Around the World in a Day. Those are like my three main favorites, along with Artificial Age being honorable mention. That album kind of gives me goosebumps because, like, I had a feeling he knew he was about to pass. Like that. If you look, like, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but the way his songs were written on that album, I think he knew. But that's just me. Also, I want to give honorable mention because I kind of I have a feeling. All right, I'm gonna walk back here. I have a feeling that Prince had an involvement with this record, Janelle Monáe's Dirty Computer. I got this album while I was in Australia. I think it's an American pressing. It's not an Aussie pressing. But this is one of my favorite albums of when did this album come out? I'm going to say 2018. Yeah, 2018. It's one of my favorite albums of 2018. And some of these songs on here sound very Prince-esque, okay? And Janelle has even, like, mentioned that Prince is one of her mentors. So, like, if you listen to Make Me Feel, that's definitely Prince all day. If you listen to Americans and So Afraid and Take a Bite, I want to say that's more Janelle, but, like, Make Me Feel, So Afraid, and Americans are, like, songs that Prince probably penned down for this record. I think this is like a secret record, and Lord knows how many songs Prince penned down without wanting any credit. And shoot, I mean, Prince was one heck of a songwriter to begin with. Like, there's a song, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, I'm sorry. There's a song that I used to despise as a kid because every Monday, WJZ would have this song called the Manic Challenge or the Manic Monday Challenge, and they would have people come up at like 5 in the morning to sing Manic Monday, okay? And I'm just like, I can't stand this song because it was horribly sung. But after Prince passed, I started looking up like the songs that he written for other people, and he wrote Manic Monday, and my mind was blown. But yeah, if you want to get into Prince, I know his catalog is intimidating, but it's worth your time, especially if you're a musician. I remember my mom telling me, hey, I want you to play for Prince one day. I told my mom, and I cussed in front of her. I was like, Mom, I would be scared shitless to play for Prince. But yeah, like if you want to dig into Prince's albums, check out Controversy, Around the World in a Day, The Gold Experience, and Artificial Age. Because back to Artificial Age again, I feel like Artificial Age is also the album where technology caught up to him, where he could actually get the sounds that he wanted, that he was hearing in his head for over the past 4 decades. Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like all his albums, like, they were ahead of its time, but I have this feeling that Prince was like, all right, I'll just have to deal with this sound because this is not what I'm hearing in my head. And people are like, how the heck did you do that? Look, I think Artificial Age is that album that really just, like, he captured his sound on that album. In my humble opinion, I don't even know what's in his vault, okay? I'm just saying Artificial Age was that album where technology caught up to him. But anyways, that's my story time for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the performance. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell on the side, leave a comment, tell me what your favorite Prince song is. There are thousands upon hundreds of thousands of songs by Prince out there. So I know it's going to be hard to pick one. So list as many songs as you want. Or list your top 10, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And again, thank you so much. And also shout out to all my Swaying Hill Drum Circle crew out there. This video would not be possible without you guys. So thank you so much. All right, I'm gone. Peace. Boop.